You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, this is Craig Proctor, and thank you very much for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest is Laura Larson. Laura Larson is in Northern Virginia. And Laura, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Craig. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, you've got a great story. Let's go back to when you first got involved with the Craig Proctor System. What was going on with your life as a realtor, and how did we connect, and what's happened with your business since?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, actually 2019, my business for some reason was just down. I was kind of relying on third-party purchasing leads and things like that. And then I was, doing pretty good though as a solo agent. And then I was invited to a mastermind with somebody in my area that's a superstar. And I said, well, whatever she's doing, I want to do it. So I researched and I found out that you were her coach, and I had never heard of you before. And I immediately signed up for the very next conference that was 2020, right before COVID. We had no idea what was going to happen in the world. And the first day I love it. I need more. I'm all in. I just love this so much.
You said, this is for me.
Totally for me. Yeah, there was no question. And I don't sell easily, because I've had all the other ones try to sell, and I just didn't think they were gonna, make it be anything. I don't know why, but when I went to the conference, I was just blown away. There was no question.
Well, great. Obviously, that's exactly what I like to hear. So I'm glad you had that experience. Now, today, we're going to talk about ways to get listings. Okay. You have provided some information that we're going to go through, and we'll make this information, if you wait until the end of our interview, we'll make it available in the downloads at the in the comments when we're done. So you have a team. Your business is growing now that you're involved with the Craig Proctor System. How is it growing? What is different? You said you were blown away by this, but give us some specifics as to how you've benefited and what's going on with your business.
So everything is just completely night and day from how it started. I used to just get sphere of influence, in my community. I just kind of know a lot of people. And then I started paying for the third party leads, like I said. But then when I joined you, and it was frustrating because the third party leads were so unreliable. I could pay a lot more money and get a lot less leads, and then I had no control over it. And I loved what you guys were teaching is that you can make your own leads. So I started doing that. And like I said, I was down in 2019, and it was, it worried me a lot. I have a single mom of 4 sons I raised by myself. And so there was a lot of pressure. Yeah. And I really had to scurry and figure out, how can I change this? And this was totally the answer. And the timing was amazing right before COVID too, because I didn't know what was going to happen. So once we got in, and you guys teach how to do marketing, so then I started to slowly learn that and own my marketing. So then I got a full-time marketing person. I got a part-time ISA, an administrative assistant, and just started in an agent, which wasn't so good. And then I had to get another one. Now I have a superstar. And so everything that you guys teach helped me to reverse everything I was doing and do it a different way, so that I at least more than doubled what I was doing before, which wasn't bad, what I was doing before.
Great. Okay. Well, look, you're saying all the right things. This is what we like to hear from Craig Proctor members. Now you've got your home sold brokerage.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about the brokerage now. You've gone basically from doing most everything by yourself to now having your own brokerage. And we're going to talk about why agents come and work with you, come and want to be part of this and partner up with you. But why take the step of opening your own brokerage?
Again, it was just I knew immediately, I was only with Craig Proctor for 1 year, and they started talking about the brokerage. It's like, I'm all in. It just, so the difference between not owning, having the brokerage is that all the training is right there. So now I'm organized. So before, when somebody would come in, I was busy doing my own deals, and it was hard for me to train them, and then they might get frustrated. But now with the brokerage, it's amazing. I have one young person that has just come in, not even a month ago, and she has all access to all the training, all the live events, and she is killing it. She already has 6 signed agreements and is out working. And she was so bored before, and it hasn't even been a month. It's incredible.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice when you've got it all laid out and it works, and people come in and they see immediate success. So, first of all, hats off to you for getting involved. Like you said, single mom, 4 boys. You figured it out, and so I'm really, really glad that we found each other. And you've been great. You've done your part. To be successful at this, you have to show up and you have to do the work, and you've done that. So you've done the work and you deserve the success. So I'm here to help you today I want to introduce you to everybody that watches this. Now, if you're in Northern Virginia, okay, if you're in Northern Virginia, you've heard Laura's story now. Her team is growing. And the reason her team is growing is because she has an abundance in leads coming in. Okay, she is now using the Craig Proctor system to market herself, so 100% of her business calls her. Okay, there's no cold calling, no door knocking, no chasing. And Laura got to the point where she became such a great Craig Proctor student that she couldn't handle all of the business, which is exactly what we tell agents is going to happen when they roll up their sleeves and do the work. So in the beginning, of course, Laura, we always tried to do it ourselves, right? So you tried, and you're getting busier and busier and busier. And the next phase for Laura was leveraging through other people. So she now has awesome training. When realtors partner up with her, they actually make more money net in their pocket than they would if they were a solo agent. And because some of you might be saying, well, why is it that realtors in Northern Virginia, why would they want to partner up with Laura? Why wouldn't they just, want to be a real estate agent on their own? Or why would they want to give up their independence? Let me remind everyone, the reason we get into real estate is we want more, we want freedom, right? We think we're going to get more freedom. But for a lot of solo agents out there slugging it up by themselves, they're not making the kind of money that they may want to make, and they're working long hours. So if you were to partner up with Laura, okay, this is how it would work. Basically, Laura has figured out the lead generation part of it. Leads pour into her office to the point where she can't do it all. She's always looking for skilled, superstars to come and partner up with her. Now, because Laura takes care of all the lead generation, including paying for all the lead generation, that means all the realtors on her team, they get to keep whatever they make after this split with Laura. So you literally, as an agent working on Laura's team, would be going from appointment to appointment to appointment. You would open up your day timer. You would say to Laura, okay, I'm open these days or during these times, and you would be available for appointments. The other big part of getting these listing appointments and buyer appointments on your day timer is the coaching that you get. Okay. Laura is only successful when you're successful, right? So a tremendous amount of energy and time goes into the coaching and training that you get when you partner up with Laura. So, the better you do, the better she does. So there's that part, right from onboarding to consistent weekly training to make sure that everyone on our team is optimized and they're doing well. So what happens as a realtor, you end up making way more money, and you end up working less which is, again, why we get into real estate, more freedom. So we're going to talk today about some of the techniques that Laura uses, that she implements to get listings. But I'm going to say this: if you're in Northern Virginia and you like what we're talking about here today, you've got a couple choices. You can just keep doing what you're doing. You could find some other real estate coach, most of which they haven't sold real estate, or they certainly weren't, successful at it. So who the coach is really important. So you either figure it out on your own, or you get somebody to help you. Is really, the choices you have. If you're in Northern Virginia, though, you could contact Laura and just have a conversation about, hey, if I was to partner with you, how would that work? How would that work for me as a realtor? Is it really true that I could make more net in my pocket and have a better life in real estate? So we'll give you Laura's contact information. In fact, why don't we do that right now, Laura? What would be the best way for realtors in Northern Virginia, or really anywhere in the country, if they wanted to contact you, talk to you about this and verify, your success here? What would be the best way for them to reach you?
They can call me directly. I would love to talk to them. Just a quick conversation, even. No commitment, but 703-589-7762. And they can Google Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, also Laura Larson, and they can find me there as well.
That's right. So you could just Google Laura Larson, realtor, or pick up the phone call. Now, Laura, what would it cost for a realtor to have a conversation with you? How much money would that cost them?
Nothing, but what would they lose by not?
Exactly. So that's the point. That's a great answer. What would you what are you walking away from? So if you're in Northern Virginia, anyway, just throwing that out there, you might want to have a phone call with Laura, because everything you want to do in real estate, she's already doing. So why reinvent the wheel? All right. So Laura, let's talk about listings. I assume right now in Northern Virginia, just like the rest of the country, there barely are any listings, which is, of course, why a lot of sellers don't want to sell, because the sellers, thinking, well, if I sell, where am I going to go to? So how do we do this? How do we get listings in a marketplace that's starving for inventory?
Yeah, it's really crazy. We have multiple ways that we get them. So we have at least 5 steps. And we're working on having some more, but we have our referral program and system, which is great. Like I said before, I had lived off of made a career out of just having my sphere of influence and referrals, but now it's on steroids. So I know I've developed a system to get even more.
Okay, so give us I'm not expecting to give away the farm here, but your referral system is on steroids. Just give us give us a hint on how it's on steroids. Why is your referral system different or better than the way you used to do it?
So it's so much better. So I have a monthly newsletter. We have gifts that we give away. That's actually part of the what they'll receive is if they give a code, we give, I'll show you, it's this Cutco spreader. So at every closing, we give our clients one of those, and it has our information on there. And they really love the gift. And then they get a letter, and we let them know that we make a donation in their name to our charitable organization. And they love it. And it just, we let them know that every time they refer us, we also give a donation. So that encourages them, and that, they get second mile service anyway. So then we, hope to get the 5-star review and the whole package. It just, it encourages people to want to, and, if you don't ask, you won't get it. Right. So it's our way of asking and saying thank you.
Okay. So a few quick questions on this. So you have a worthy cause. When people refer business, you're going to donate money to a charity, which makes the whole referral conversation, of course, it's a lot easier to talk about. It's a lot more comfortable, because it doesn't seem self-serving, like, hey, do you know anybody? Because I need some money. Instead, you're saying it's really going to benefit, any referral that you give us is we're going to refer money to blank, to this charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
When do you start asking for referrals? So let's say that I listed my house with you today.
hmm
When do I start to hear about your referral
Well,
program?
before we even get the listing, we tell them, what will happen. And if they, not only will we make a donation for this transaction, but anybody else that they know. So we start right there, right away, asking. And we love helping people. Every time we help somebody, we are able to donate to our biggest organization is Innova's Children's Hospital, and we feel very passionate about helping them. But we have some other programs that we do too that give back to the community.
Yeah, like what's it worth to save the life of a child? So that's a great worthy cause. So if you're taking notes, you're watching this, that's a writer downer. What is your worthy cause? Instead of saying, "Hey, who do you know?" If you send me a referral, I'll give you a bottle of wine, right? Or I'll give you a gift certificate. Being able to say, we a portion of every transaction we do, we give money to the local children's hospital, for example. Okay, so that's your worthy referral program, and of course, we coach you up on how to get way more referrals. A lot of you get referrals now, but we try to plus what you're doing, right? We want to make it work better. So that's number one. Let's talk about another method that you're using to successfully get a lot of listings.
So we have Google My Business. So if you don't have a Google page, for your business, you should have that. We post there all the time, every day. I have a full-time marketing person, and he's on that, just making our SEO presence much more prominent than ever before. And that's where we get all of our 5-star reviews as well.
And so you got a full-time person that's working on your Google My Business profile. They're updating it. You've got products, and folks, if you want to check it out, just all you have to do, of course, is Google Laura Larson and check out. Like, here's a good exercise. Check out Laura and then Google yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And then compare. So Google Laura Larson. Okay, then Google yourself, and you'll see what she's doing. How many 5-star reviews do you have right now?
I have, I think 60 or 62, and I just started getting them last year, or maybe a little over a year now. So still working on it.
Good. Well, that's good. I mean, you're well on your way. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next method. So we've talked about referrals. We've talked about Google My Business. What other methods are you doing to get a lot of listings?
So Google Local Services is great as well. And that is where Google basically is guaranteeing you. So you just have to apply for that and get approved. And then you have a support kind of, I guess, an endorsement by Google.
Okay, so I assume all of you are using Google Local Services. And again, that's why Laura is getting those 5-star reviews up. That's why she's trying to crank those up, because the more 5-star reviews, the better position you're going to have. And again, these are basically like come list me leads. I mean, they're very good quality leads. So, okay, that's number 3. Let's go to number 4.
Omnipresence. Super important.
Omnipresence, being everywhere. Okay, so talk to us about omnipresence.
So this is something that my marketing person helps me with too. And we have a calendar, and every single week I have to check my notes here so I can remember exactly. But Sunday is Engagement Sunday, Inspirational Monday, Property of the Week Tuesday, Worthy Cause Wednesday, Informational Thursday, Recruitment Friday, and Real Estate Terms on Saturday. So that we're everywhere, and that goes on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. He does videos. We're everywhere, and I'm still growing with that. I mean, I have to get better at getting myself on video and on there. I'm trying, but he makes sure that we're everywhere all the time. And people started telling me, my sphere, who never mentioned me before, they're constantly, "Oh, I saw you. I saw your video," and so it's really important to get yourself out there. Don't be a secret agent.
Well, that's true. The biggest battle that we fight as realtors is obscurity, right? It's very difficult for a seller to call somebody they don't know. Now, keep in mind, just because they know you doesn't necessarily mean they're going to call you. And that's why you have to do both. You have to have this omnipresence. You have to understand social media and how to make it work for you. And your message has to be compelling. So people not only know who you are, but they understand what makes you different and better. And just like Laura, she's got someone that helps her with it. You don't need to understand how to edit everything and how to post everything. And if you do understand it, you don't need to be doing that yourself. Most of this should be delegated. Okay, so what you all should be focusing on is creating content. And that's where, realtors get caught up, Laura, in a couple things. Number one, I don't like myself on video. We hear that quite a bit, right? I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. So we all have to get over that. I mean, look, when you show up at their house, that's what you look like, right? So, so a big part for some of us is getting over, like, we're sort of self-conscious about how we look on video or how we sound. But just be yourself. If you have to record a video 4 or 5 times, I promise you the 5th one will be better than the first one. And you'll kind of get the hang of it after a while. Of course, some of you are naturals at it, right? Just throw the camera in front of you and it's perfect. But for most of us, it takes a little bit of work to kind of find our voice and become good at it. So omnipresence, very, very important. So we've talked so far about having a worthy cause referral system. Okay. We've talked about Google My Business. We've talked about Google service ads. Okay. And we talked about omnipresence. What's number 5?
So farming. We send out postcards, and this is something that we've just kind of started doing a little bit more because I was all over the place. So I thought, well, I'm just going to start in my core, my very local area, and just slowly move out. So I'm just starting with that. And, we're, send letters or postcards to the area talking about our services. So then we're hoping that people will see us pretty much everywhere. So we're going to get it in print so that they have a physical thing. They're going to see us when they're on Facebook. We're retargeting them. And we're doing the same for the agents that join us too. So not only has my new superstar agent in a short month, not only is she getting appointments from me, but I'm teaching her how to build her omnipresence. So next thing you know, she's got friends and family that are also, so I'm telling her how to do it.
And, you can leverage off that superstar agent that you have. I remember when I recruited my first superstar agent, she made like a couple $100,000 in her pocket, like after a split with me in the first year. But I remember I was able to leverage off her to hire my second superstar, because when I tried to recruit the next agent, all I had to do was point at her and say, go talk to her. Because in short order, my superstar agent that I recruited, within a year, she was overwhelmed. She had, not only did I have too many appointments, she had too many appointments. So we were able to leverage off of her to hire the next superstar and the next superstar and so on. So I want Faith to pull up the handout that we have. This is some materials that Laura provided with us, where it just basically outlines the 5 things that we talked about here today, because, some of you may not have been writing these down. That's okay. We're going to provide this to you. We'll provide a link in the comments below. You'll be able to download this. Okay. The 5 ways to get more listings through marketing. Okay. Thing number 1 was having an awesome referral system. Okay. Thing number 2 was Google My Business. Number 3, Google local services ads. Number 4, omnipresence, be everywhere all the time. And number 5, farming. Pick a small area and start sending out postcards. Okay, so again, we'll make that available in the downloads after we're done our session here today. So thank you, Faith. You can take that down now. Now, with your farming, a lot of realtors have like this negative impression about direct mail. They'll call it snail mail, or they'll think that that's old fashioned. And so very few realtors do direct mail, and the few realtors that do it don't really understand the message, the offer that they should be making on their direct mail postcards. Therefore, they falsely believe direct mail is not going to work, right? Like the job of the postcard is to get delivered. That's the job of the postcard. So if your offer on your direct mail is, call me or your house will sell quickly. Well, of course, everyone knows their house is going to sell quickly. The question is where am I going to go to if you sell my house? So you've got to look at your messaging. And this is a big part of the Craig Proctor system is we license you with our intellectual property. So you understand what it is that buyers and sellers really want. If your direct mail or your social media marketing is just talking about you or talking about, the same kind of nonsense that a lot of other realtors are wasting their time and money with, like talking about, I'm going to work hard or you can trust me, or focusing on how great
you're the number one.
Yeah, I'm number one, or talking about how your company's been in business for 75 years. Nobody really cares about that, right? So this is what Laura understands. Laura understands who her best target market is, and she understands what offers it is that buyers and sellers are interested in. Because if you've got a weak offer, nothing is going to work for you. Postcards won't work. And I hear that from realtors. Oh, Facebook doesn't work. Direct mail doesn't work. Google doesn't work. It's not the media, it's the message, it's your offer. Okay. But once you have the right offer and it starts to work and you start to get a great return on investment, you're going to want to do more marketing and advertising. Investing money in advertising is the quickest way to create wealth if you understand what you're doing, because every dollar you invest can generate 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times the return on investment. What would be the average commission you would make in your marketplace, Laura, when you sell a house in dollars?
Probably $12,000.
$12,000. So, if you spent $300 or $400 on postcards, you got one listing and you made $12,000, I promise you, if you knew how to do that, you'd want to do it over and over and over again. And so that's what Laura did. Laura, she met us through a mastermind group. It made sense to her. She's like, okay, I'm going to go all in. And she's been a great student. She's rolled up her sleeves and she's done it. And so she deserves the success. Now, if you're in Northern Virginia, if you don't know Laura yet, you're going to know her. Okay. You're going to know her because her business is going to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. So again, we're back to this question. If you're still watching our interview here today, it's because there's something here that resonates with you. It makes sense. Okay. So your choices are, you can continue to do what you're doing, or you can find someone to help you, right? Those are your two choices. Would you see success faster if you had someone to help you? If you're in Northern Virginia, you don't need to call Craig Proctor. All you need to do is call Laura. Call Laura and say, hey, look, I watched your interview. I'm interested. Maybe you're a little bit skeptical. Maybe it even sounds too good to be true. Laura, you mentioned you had a number of coaches before and you're like, you know what? I'm not like really an easy mark here. You might have had a healthy degree of skepticism, but no harm comes from making a phone call. Okay. Yeah. So that's all it would be, is a phone call to Laura. Hey, I'm in Northern Virginia. If we were hypothetically to work together, how would that work? Explain to me how that would work. And if you're not in Northern Virginia, but you'd like to do what Laura's doing in your marketplace anywhere in the United States or Canada, you can book a free call with me and my team. All you have to do is go to proctorcall.com. So my name, proctorcall.com. And we'll have a link below in the comments. We'll do a link below with my info and with Laura's info. But if you want to book a call with my team and I, it's not a big sales job. We basically ask you a bunch of questions about where you are right now and where you'd like to take your business. Then we would just free of charge give you some advice on what we would do if we were you. Okay, just like we did with Laura. We said, here, Laura, you're doing it this way, but we're going to give you some alternative ideas. Okay, and you can decide at the end of the call, gee, you know what, this was really helpful. Maybe I'd like Craig to help me And if that's the case, and you wanted to work with me on a longer term basis, I'd love that. And if not, the call was free. You just keep doing what you're doing. So there's no downside to contacting Laura or myself, and we hope you do. So Laura, final thoughts before we wrap this up. Where do you see you taking yourself, your business here in the next year?
Yeah. Our goals this year for GCI is to hit 1 million. And I believe that we can do it. I am very excited I finally have, I think, a superstar agent that works the way that I do. And when she first came in, I asked her what her goals were, and she said she wanted to, sell at least 6 houses this year. And I said, oh, you're going to at least double that, maybe triple it. So let's aim for higher, because I know she can do it. I want to have, by the end of the year, 5 agents, and anybody that wants to have, let's not forget, we have the Your Home Sold Guaranteed, and that is a USP. It attracts a lot of people, and that in itself, we get a lot of leads just from that. So if anybody wants to be a part of that, we would love to have a conversation with them.
It's the ultimate offer to attract home sellers. Your home sold, guaranteed, or we'll buy it. Hey, Laura, I want to thank you so much for doing the interview with me. I'm going to get you back here again. We'll get you back here again in the next year, and we'll do an update on your progress. But you've been a great Craig Proctor member, student, and advocate. I appreciate everything that you do. Again, if you want to get more information about what we do, contact Laura or contact myself. We'd be happy to speak with you. And I want to thank everybody for watching our interview, watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are 2 important things, and both are totally free. Number 1 is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.